I think I figured it out. I am live and I can see the chat at the same time. Did I really do it? Somebody type something because I think I have 4 people. It said 4 people were waiting. Maybe I'm alone. So I'll start talking in case people are watching this afterward. So I was in upstate New York, got home yesterday, home to my tiny camper, and guess what? It's been like 8 degrees in New Jersey, and my half and half was frozen solid. So I had it outside. Well, outside. I had it on the countertop, and it's like a slush puppy, a half and half slushy puppy. I don't know if I just started a new live because the one I had scheduled, there were 4 people waiting. So I hope they can find this one. You know what? I'll go in the other one that probably exists and say, hey, go in this other one. Hobotech, I need you. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, such a noob. Let's see. My channel. And, oh no, it says live now. I'm in the right one. I'm in the right one. In the right one. In the right one. In the right one. Okay. All right. So I have 2 songs I'm going to play. And one of them, I just posted a video of Plush, and I actually recorded that. That was actually before my second open heart surgery when I was still in my house. And I had another music channel, so I'm trying to move over some videos from that. So, and then someone said, can I play Interstate Love Song? And it looks like a lot of tricky chords, and I will learn it. I will definitely, I'm going to learn it. But I said, how about Creep? And I just looked up the chords for Creep, and I did play that before. So I'm pretty confident I can do that one, but I cannot play by ear. I cannot memorize things. I never have been able to. So I have the sheet music for that. Sheet music in, I have the lyrics written down with the chords written above them. And some of my friends, one of my friends, my friend Terry, does not like that I can't memorize because he only plays by ear. I don't think he can read sheet music. And I don't come down on him and say, you have to learn how to read sheet music. But I think it frustrates him, not in a bad way. He just wants me to grow and wants me to not rely on paper. He wants to be, to be able to just be sitting by a campfire and say, hey, Steph, play the song with me. It's C, E, G, and D. And I just can't do it. I can't do it because I'll play the wrong chord. And I was classically trained. I took band lessons since 4th grade. I was a percussionist all through, since I could play an instrument. We got to choose instruments in 4th grade. And I really, and this was cool. When we were choosing what instruments we wanted to learn in band, we didn't have to be in band. But what we did was he didn't show us what the instruments looked like. The band teacher, Mr. Rowe, who was not a kind, patient person, his face constantly got red and purple, angry with pointed eyebrows, kind of like my dad's did when he lost his patience. And I questioned why this man was a teacher because he had no patience. But anyway, and he said some nasty things to my sister and one of my friends that were very inappropriate, and he would probably have gotten fired if he said those things now. But he retired and passed away shortly after. And I knew he would die of a heart attack because you just know when people get angry and their face turns red that they have blood pressure issues. But I'm getting off track because that's what I do, because I don't like the term scatterbrained. I like the term overly open-minded and creative. That's what I am. I'm not scatterbrained. So anyway, choosing an instrument. Mr. Rowe would play an album of how instruments sounded. And I loved the sound of the baritone saxophone. And so I chose that instrument. And the teacher that he was said, I was tiny. In 12th grade I weighed 100 pounds. So you can imagine in 4th grade I was probably 35 or 40 pounds. I was this tiny, frail, skinny child. And he's just like, "Oh, you don't have the lung capacity for that instrument. You're too little to play that instrument. Why don't you do percussion and play the xylophone, the bells?" So instead of a baritone saxophone, I played the bells. So I was lugging this suitcase of heavy metal, heavy, heavy metal xylophone. I'm just gonna open this on my phone in case people are in the chat and I'm not seeing it, because that's what happened last time, and I don't want to miss it if you guys are chatting with me, because I want to acknowledge you. So give me a second. All right. I'll just turn the volume down on this because I don't need to hear it. Okay, I'm showing that nobody's in the chat. So last time this happened, and then when I ended the video, I saw that there were people in the chat. So I don't know. I just don't want to miss it if anybody's there. So I picked the bells and I stuck with percussion all through high school. And my mom couldn't afford a drum set. So at 15 years old, I got my first job at Burger King and put a drum set on layaway and bought myself a drum set. I was in marching band, jazz band, concert band. I loved playing the snare drum in marching band with the cadence. I loved it. Oh, and by the way, I don't have a TV or cable, but this morning I watched the Super Bowl halftime show, and my favorite part was when the snare drummers were playing, because it reminded me of marching band in high school. And I tried out for cheerleading. I think I was in 10th grade. And the only reason I tried out was because one of my friends was trying out. Maybe I don't even remember what friend it was. And I made it and she didn't. And so I was in cheerleading, but like none of my friends were in cheerleading. And then when the football games happened, the band was in the bleachers and I was cheering on the track, and I was so torn because I couldn't do both. I couldn't sit in the bleachers and cheer. So in between cheers, I would run up in the bleachers and sit on the snare drum. And I ended up quitting cheer so I could just be in marching band. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to play Creep. So let me see. And this is live. So if I make a mistake, I can't start over. I'm going to pull up the sheet music. And someone messaged me and asked me if I was a smoker because my raspy voice. I've never smoked in my life. I just have a sexy, raspy voice in the morning. So sexy, right? It's probably because I can't drink water because it makes me want to puke. So I'm probably very dehydrated. I don't know. I drink coffee. Does that count as water? All right, I'm trying to find my sheet music that I took a screenshot of. Okay, I'm going to play Creep, and then I shall play The House of the Rising Sun. All right. So this is a Stone Temple Pilots cover, and I'm going to do it very slowly. I like slow songs because it gives me time to look ahead at the next chord, you know? So less chance to make a mistake. I better tune. My camper's been cold, so I'm probably out of tune, so I'm just going to do a quick tuning here. Good so far. Good so far. It's a little high, a little sharp. Okay, so a baritone ukulele is the same as the highest 4 strings on the guitar. So it's the same fingerings of the chords. The reason I've tried guitar, and it's hard for me because sometimes you strum all the chords, sometimes you strum some of the chords or finger some of the chords, and some are left open, and sometimes you can't hit certain strings. I think I said chords instead of strings, but guitar was very hard for me and it hurt. So this is a baritone ukulele I have some steel strings on it, and it just sounds beautiful. It's Mainland is the brand. I did a lot of looking around, and I played, I have a alto, is it alto ukulele? I tried a soprano and an alto, and now I have the baritone, and it's my favorite. So here's Creep. When you were here before. Let me start over. I guess I can start over even if it's live. Sorry. Whoever joined me, you're just in time. It's the audience. I'm nervous. When you were here before, I couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. My fingers hurt. I'm gonna have to start over. My fingers are hurting really bad. I think I am pushing the strings too hard. I'm very tender fingered because I don't think I've played my ukulele since I moved in my camper. So give me a minute. Excuses. Maybe I'm just not comfortable with Creep because I'm sight reading. You were here before. I couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Whatever makes you happy. Sorry. Whatever you want. You're so very special. I wish I was special. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Well, that was interesting. Definitely need more coffee. All right, so that was Creep. And I'm only going to do one more song and a little more sips of coffee. The other song I have the sheet music for, because all my sheet music is still in boxes. I have to scan it all and get it on my computer because I don't have a lot of storage in the camper. So I'm still in the yard. I'm getting my tow vehicle probably within a few weeks. Desktop. I have to find the file I just made with the sheet music. In my mom's passing, she had a little bit of my dad's retirement money left. She was using my dad's retirement money to pay for her nursing aides out of pocket because she had multiple sclerosis, and she couldn't move. She was in a wheelchair. She could only use her left arm or her right hand to steer her wheelchair, so she was practically paralyzed. She could feed herself sometimes. So she had Medicare, and that wouldn't pay for her aides. Believe it or not, her insurance wouldn't cover aides to come to the house to feed her or anything. So she had to pay out of pocket to have people prepare meals for her. And she should have used the money to have around the clock aid time, and she was worried that she was going to run out of money, and she did not want to go in a nursing home. So she was like using that money sparingly, and it ends up, I think her financial, I've been in a daze this past week, really, but we met with her financial advisor, and it ends up she wasn't using that money for aids because she wanted to be able to leave something for the kids and grandkids. So instead of getting aids or helping or telling us she needed help, and I was just telling my Uncle Dennis this, that, like, I barely cried all week, and it's just hitting me now. I'm on my last bereavement day today. But sometimes she would just have Hershey's Kisses for dinner. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I've done that sometimes. But sometimes she would just have her almond Hershey's Kisses for dinner because it's the only thing she could reach, and she couldn't prepare her meals. So instead of paying for an aid or asking anyone for help, she was leaving this money for us. So with this money that she left me, I'm going to buy a reliable tow vehicle, because one of her biggest things about me being in this camper, one thing I would do was I'd call her every night. When I was in my camper for the night and I'd put the deadbolt on, I would call her to let her know I was in for the night. Mom, I'm safe. I'm in the camper for the night and my lock is over. And she was OCD, so the deadbolt lock we had on the house, it had like 4 openings that you could see the lock through. And she used to have this song that she would sing at night. The lock is locked and the bar is over. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to find the poem. I wrote her a poem about childhood. I have to find that. It was in this bag of things she saved from us. I have to find that. My poetry that I wrote her. So why did I get on this tangent? Oh, so I'm gonna buy my tow vehicle soon, like within the next couple weeks. And I'm making sure I'm getting a safe, reliable one, so I'm safe and I don't break down, because she was very worried about that. So, and I'll also get other safety things with that money, like extra roadside assistance, or I don't know, just safety things, bear spray, weaponry, an extra satellite phone. security measures. I'll be packing heat. All right. So now that I'm done crying, I'm going to play The House of the Rising Sun. And here's another crying drama. This song I learned from my dad. And I'm not going to talk about why I learned it. Maybe I'll post the link to a video explaining why I learned it, because I don't want to cry again. Maybe I should play an upbeat Johnny Cash song. But The House of the Rising Sun, I'm going to play that. And then I'm going to end this live coffee talk song live stream. And start getting some work done. All right. Okay, this is The House of the Rising Sun by the Animals. And I don't have an organ, so baritone uke will have to do. Do I have... Okay. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. I am just messing up left and right. Losing my spot. This is the fun thing about live broadcasts. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. The only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drum. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done, to spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. I've got one foot on the platform and the other on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. And that's all I got. So thanks for watching. It would help me out if you want to give me a like right now. Click the like, click the share, click the subscribe, and I'll do live feeds as often as I can. Thanks for sharing my journey with me. If you have any questions for me or any song requests, put them in the comments. Talk to you soon.